What if I told you that the greatest, most defining battle you'll ever fight is happening right now? Not out there in the world, but in here, inside the 6 inches of space between your ears. And what if I told you, for most of us, most of the time, we're losing? Think about it. That project you keep putting off, the one conversation you know you need to have but keep avoiding, the endless loop of that one embarrassing moment from 5 years ago that decides to pop into your head in the middle of the shower. That isn't you. Well, not all of you. Ancient wisdom traditions have a name for this internal chaos. They call it the monkey mind. The monkey mind is that restless, impulsive, distractible voice in our heads. It's driven by instinct, by fear, by the desire for instant gratification. It's not evil. It's just untamed. And in the modern world, this monkey is more overstimulated and powerful than ever before. But what if you could do more than just silence it? What if you could train it? What if you could turn this untamed energy from your biggest saboteur into your most powerful ally? In this video, we're going on a journey. We're going to explore the hidden cost of letting the monkey run the show. And then I'm going to give you the practical toolkit used by ancient philosophers, modern neuroscientists, and the world's highest performers to reclaim the throne of your own mind. It's time to move from chaos to conscious control. Part 1. The unseen chains, the cost of an uncontrolled mind. An uncontrolled mind isn't just a minor annoyance. It's a thief. It's a silent thief of your. Every time we give in to a needless distraction, every time we let an unfounded fear stop us from taking a risk, we're letting the monkey steer the ship, and it often steers us in circles, or worse, toward the rocks. This isn't just about lost productivity. It's about a lost life, a life filled with the ghosts of who we could have become. History is filled with stories of people who faced impossible odds. Consider J.K. Rowling. Before Harry Potter, she was a single mother, clinically depressed, living on benefits, and receiving rejection after rejection from publishers. The voice of her monkey mind must have been deafening. You'll fail. You're not good enough. Who do you think you are? But somewhere inside her, another voice, a quieter and more deliberate one, took control. It focused on the one thing she could control, the story, the words on the page. She harnessed her mental energy, channeling it past the doubt and into a world that would eventually captivate our own. That is the power of a directed mind. Part 2. The toolkit of a master, forging mental fortitude. So how do we do it? How do we go from being the monkey servant to its master? It starts with understanding a fundamental truth about your brain. Your mind isn't made of stone. It's more like a garden. For centuries, we believed our brains were fixed, but modern neuroscience has proven otherwise. A concept called neuroplasticity shows that our brains physically change and rewire themselves based on our thoughts and actions. Your thoughts are the seeds, the ones you repeatedly focus on, the mental patterns you water with your attention. Those are the ones that grow, creating the very architecture of your reality. So, let's get our gardening tools. Tool number 1, the anchor of mindfulness. Now, the first and most foundational tool is mindfulness. Now, this word gets thrown around a lot, so let's be clear. Mindfulness isn't about stopping your thoughts or emptying your mind. That's impossible. It's about changing your relationship to your thoughts. It's the practice of observing your thoughts and feelings without judgment. Imagine you're sitting on the bank of a river. The thoughts and emotions are the water, the leaves, the debris floating by. You're not the river. You're the observer on the bank. Most of us spend our lives swept away in that current. Mindfulness is learning to sit on the bank and just watch. Let's try it. Just for 15 seconds, right now. Sit comfortably and simply focus on the feeling of your breath moving in and out of your body. See? Thoughts probably came. That's the monkey. Your job wasn't to fight it. It was simply to notice the thought and gently return your focus to your breath. The breath is your anchor. The more you practice dropping that anchor, the less you'll be thrown around by the storms of your own mind. Tool number 2, the power of reframing. Okay, the next tool is less about passive observation and more about active creation. It's called cognitive reframing. It's the art of consciously choosing your perspective. The ancient Stoic philosophers were the undisputed masters of this. The Stoics believed that nothing is inherently good or bad. It is only our perception, our frame that makes it so. You failed a project at work. The monkey mind's frame? I'm a failure. I'm going to be fired. The reframed perspective? This was a first attempt in learning. What did I discover? How can I use this lesson to make the next attempt a success? It's not about toxic positivity. It's about finding the useful, the empowering element in any situation. There is no greater example of this than Viktor Frankl, a psychiatrist and Holocaust survivor. In the depths of a Nazi concentration camp, stripped of everything, his home, his family, his dignity, he made a profound discovery. He realized that the one thing the guards could not take from him was his freedom to choose his response, his freedom to find meaning in his suffering. He reframed the most horrific experience imaginable into a mission, to survive and teach the world about the power of meaning. He controlled his mind when he could control nothing else. Part 3. The unstoppable force, real-world mastery. So what does this look like when it's pushed to the absolute limit? Look at a man like David Goggins, a former Navy SEAL, an ultramarathon runner who has endured things most of us can't even imagine. He wasn't born a Superman. By his own admission, he was once an overweight, insecure young man with no prospects. His transformation wasn't primarily physical, it was mental. He made a conscious decision to tame the monkey in his head, that voice that begs you to quit, to take the easy road. He did it by forcing himself into discomfort, by callousing his mind, and by reframing pain as a signal of growth. He didn't silence the voice of weakness. He simply taught himself to have a louder, more powerful conversation with himself. This control allows for one of the greatest creative forces available to us, visualization. The greatest performers don't just show up to the game. They've already won it 1,000 times in their minds. They visualize the perfect shot, the successful negotiation, the confident speech. They are building the neural pathways for success before they even step into the arena. They are giving their mind a map to a destination they have already chosen. The journey to master your mind isn't about winning one epic battle. It's about 1,000 tiny choices every single day. It's not about silencing your inner world. It's about becoming the conductor of the orchestra. It's the difference between being a passenger swept along by the currents of thought and emotion and grabbing the wheel to consciously steer your life towards the destination you truly want. So here's my challenge to you. Not tomorrow, today. For the next 7 days, I want you to pick just one of the tools we talked about. Maybe you'll meditate for 5 minutes each morning, just anchoring to your breath. Maybe you'll catch one negative thought each day and consciously reframe it. I don't have time becomes, how can I create 15 minutes for what matters? The journey begins with a single conscious choice, the decision to stop being a passive observer of your mental chaos and start being the architect of your inner peace. What's the first thought you're going to challenge? Let me know in the comments below. Let's start this conversation and help each other on this path. Thank you for watching. Now go tame that monkey.